of the world, now I'm living. And the good just gets better, keeps on giving. Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah.
Hi there, welcome to today's topic. It's Ann Perry, Numerologist. I've often had people express to me their disappointment when they discover that they're not a life path number of 11. And I'm like, we need to address that. So why are you disappointed that you're not an 11 life path number? Do you really understand what being a master number 11 life path number is all about? Maybe you are a 20/2 and feeling that you are just a 20/2. Well, they're distinctly different life path numbers. So let's go and explore what that means. So what exactly is a master number 11 life path number? So anytime a number duplicates itself, it infers that we're here to master the duplicated energy. So we all have soul's contracts. We wrote a soul's contract before we came and incarnated into this lifetime. And it's designed to help us to master our lessons. So in the case of the master number 11, the master number 11s are here to master the double 1 energy so that they can be the best life path number 2 that they can. So 11s are actually both 11s and 2s. So the master number 11 is here to master the double 1 energy, which includes learning how to be independent rather than codependent, learning how to be creative, authentic, original, learning how to be a leadership in this lifetime. The master number 11 has signed a contract that says, I'm going to inspire other people in this lifetime. And guess what? That haunts them their entire lifetime, trying to figure out, am I doing it? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Surely to God, there's got to be something more important to do than what I'm doing, right? So 11s have a tendency to feel like they're never quite good enough, right? So 11s have the challenge of balancing the lessons of the double 1 energy. Remember, the double 1 energy is that masculine energy against the 2 energy, which is the feminine energy. So the 1 is all about being a little bit more dominant, assertive, not aggressive, but more forthright. The 1 is a larger number than the 2 in the sense that it's a bit more demonstrative. Okay, it's a little bit of a larger energy, but it's what we refer to as a masculine energy. So the risk is always, how much of that masculine energy do I put out there before I'll be rejected? You know, because the 2 energy is all about partnerships. It's a softer energy. It's all about blending people together and building bridges. It's about patience and tolerance and just sensitivity. Whereas the 1 tends to be a little bit more assertive. So the 11s are always kind of doing this a little bit. So they're a little top heavy in the 1 energy, learning how to be the best 2 that they can be. So you can see that they've got quite a large challenge. Now, it's possible that you could be a 38/11, 29/11, 47/11, meaning that if you were, for example, a 29/11, you'd be learning the lessons of the 2 and the 9 to be the best 11 you can be. So in some respects, those who are here with sub-lessons, so the 29, the 38, and the 47, have almost a more difficult challenge than just people who are just 11s. Now, there's nothing just about being an 11, right? There's nothing simple about any kind of form of an 11. So, but I wanted you to know that if you are a 29/11, 38/11, or 47/11, you guys are here to learn the numbers to the left of the slash, okay? So the 4 and the 7, add that together, it comes to 11, 2 and 9, 11, 3 and 8, 11. Simple math, right? So those are what we refer to as sub-lessons, okay? So those of you who have come in with no sub-lessons other than just being an 11, that means that you are here to master the double 1 energy, okay? But a 29/11, 38/11, 47/11, they have to learn all of those sub-lessons plus the lessons of the 11 so that they can be the best 2 they can be. So an 11 is always a 2 at the end of the day. So what a master number 11 is not. So there's no ego associated with the words master number 11. I really get a kick out of it. My YouTube channel and Facebook and whatnot, people are like, oh, I just found out I'm not an 11. That's good news, right? With all due respect, that's good news, right? Because a master number doesn't make you any smarter, any more gifted, any more special. It doesn't make you stand out any differently, right? It means that you didn't sign up for the big-ass contract and those tough lessons that the 11s are facing every single day. So there's no status associated with the master number 11, even though the internet would have you believe so. They'd have you believe otherwise, okay? So the positive side of the 1 energy is not something that comes naturally for 11s. Master number 11s have to work really hard to overcome the issues associated with the negative side of the 1 energy, including codependence, shyness, insecurity, low self-esteem, not feeling good enough. You know, there's a positive side and a negative side to each number. We all aspire to work from the positive side, but quite often we're a blend of both, you know, the positive and the negative sides. So, you know, I'm a life path number 7. So the 7s have a tendency to be overly analytical. That might be the negative side of a 7. But I'm a good researcher. So that's the positive side of the 7. So there's both sides to that. So let's take a look at what the difference is then between the 11s and the 20/2, so that you really get an understanding as to what the difference is between them. So the life path number 20/2. Okay, so if by chance you've added up your life path number correctly, remember you've got to break down your month, break down your day, break down your year, reduce them to single digits or master numbers, then add those 3 components together to come up with your life path number. Very important you do it that way. If by chance you happen to come up with a 20/2 by doing it that way, you are in fact a 20/2. Now some of you have been adding the numbers straight across and you're coming up with an 11, but then when you do it the way that you're supposed to do it, by breaking it down, taking a little bit more time to do it right, to really crack your birth code correctly, break down the month, break down the day, break down the year, add them together, you might find out that you're not an 11, you're actually a 20/2, and some people feel disappointed. So let's take a look at what the 20/2 really means. So 20/2 is here to learn the lessons around the 2 energy, which is all about cooperation and balance, and also the 0, which is all about your inner gifts. A lot of numerologists discount the 0. They don't look at it. I certainly do, because I know through years of experience, I know that when I see a 0 in there like that, that means that this person, the vibration of the numbers on either side of that, which is in this case the 2, it's turbocharged, right? It's turbocharged. So that means that they'll feel the 2 energy more than somebody else would feel the 2 energy. So learning to be supportive from the background, learning the difference between service and servitude, or risk burning out from being used. The 20/2s, they're here to learn to establish healthy boundaries. Stop being a yes person. Stop being the people pleaser in order to be liked and to be accepted. Just be yourself. Tapping into what they feel rather than what they think is very important, okay? Tapping into their heart energy rather than their head energy, really getting in touch with what they feel. Get out of your head, get into your heart. And learn how to detach from other people's emotions. You know, the 0 in there implies that you have a tendency to take on everybody else's emotions. So learning how to discern the difference between what is their stuff and what is your stuff is really important. Resisting the need to do what they think they are supposed to do. You know, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And, you know, I should do this because I don't want people to reject me. The 2, remember, is one of 2 people. They're partners, right? They like to be in partnerships. They like company. They like to have relationships. They might not like to have people around all the time. There are other numbers in your chart that can suggest that maybe you don't want people around all the time. But at the end of the day, you really do depend on having somebody within arm's reach, okay? So now when we look at the 20/2, we are reminded that what you are meant to learn to become the best number 2 life path that you're trying to be, you have to learn how to work with your intuitive wisdom, learn how to play with a tarot deck, learn how to use angel cards, learn numerology, learn astrology, something like that. Anything that you can do to connect with the divine is very important for you. The 2 over here is another sub-lesson, learning how to be a partner, learning how to give, learning how to receive. You guys are good givers, but you're not always the best receivers, right? So learning how to play nice in the sandbox and being in a cooperative venture rather than depending on somebody else to do everything, learning how to be part of a group is really important for you. So now let's look at the difference with the life path number 11. So they're here to learn the lessons around the double 1 intensity of the 1 energy, which is over here. These are the sub-lessons, remember? Creativity and confidence is what the number 1 stands for. Still, at the end of the day, they're aspiring to be a 2 life path, but they have to master double the intensity of the 1 energy. They need to get comfortable with their authentic selves while overcoming the feeling of being different, isolated, not from this planet. People just don't get me. They don't understand me. They need to learn how to be the inventor, the creator, or the innovator. So they need to gain confidence in their creative potential so that they can inspire and empower other people. wowzers, that's a big job, right? The 20/2s are here to learn how to cooperate and to be, balanced and sensitive, but they don't have that huge need to deliver an important message that's going to inspire and empower people all over the planet and leave a lasting mark when they're gone. That's what the 11s are contending with. So they need to gain confidence in their creative potential so that they can use that creative potential to inspire and to empower other people. 11s have an overwhelming feeling of not feeling good enough. Now 20/2s, they do too, but the 11s, it can be almost crippling for them at times. They just feel like they're not being good enough. Why is that? Because the 11, the fact that they are an 11 implies they're an old soul. A 20/2 can come in as a young soul, but the life path number 11 is always an old soul. You can't come here as an 11 unless you've walked the planet many times, unless you've had lots of lifetime experiences with which to handle the vibration of the 11 in this lifetime, right? So because of that, they have all this cellular memory that they remember on a subconscious level. They know that they've been here, they've done this. They know they always aspire to be number one, double number one, right? Double the intensity to get it right, double the intensity to be perfect, and to inspire. 11s need to master living in the moment rather than projecting into the future, because they have this huge need to fulfill that contract, that big contract that they signed. Because they have this huge need to do that, they have a tendency to worry about the future. What happens if I don't fulfill this contract? What happens if, time runs out? They have a very conscious awareness that time is really short and I got to get something done, right? Every day that ticks on, it's like, oh my God, I'm running out of time, 20/2s don't necessarily have that urgency. They don't have that necessity to get something done immediately. There's not the same kind of anxiety that the 11s feel. They're old souls with several incarnations and life experiences. Absolutely, for sure. So that's it for today. I just wanted to make this a brief conversation. I wanted you to understand, I know I have done a video on the difference between the 11s and the 20/2s, but this feeling of disappointment, it just keeps coming up time and time again, saying, oh, I'm so bummed out, I'm not 11. I really thought I was going to be an 11, and now I'm not. And you know what? It's okay. It's really okay. But what's not okay is not knowing what kind of life path you are. Okay, so it's really important that you do. I do offer a course, by the way, if you're interested in learning more about numerology. If you go to udemy.com and search for Uncover Your Life Purpose with Numerology, my course will come up. And it's a pretty good opportunity to really, really learn how to crack your birth code and figure this out. It's like a combination lock. If you don't have all the numbers right, you're not going to be able to really open it up, right? It's going to stay locked. Lots of information on my website. It's AnnPerryNumerologist.com. I've also got 2 Facebook groups. I've got a general Facebook group, but I also have one for the 11s called the Master Number 11 Portal. And as of a couple months ago, I opened up the MasterNumber11.com website, which is a membership website where all of the information going in there is not available on the internet anywhere. And it's all kinds of really great guest speakers and featured videos and live Facebook specifically to the group, live angel card readings for you every month. It's a really cool place to be. So if you have any questions, you can post them down below. I sure hope they'll have a chance to connect. And that's it for today. So I'm hoping you're having a great one. And we'll talk to you in the next video. Take care for now.